Good evening, good evening. How are we all doing? Sunday night racing is back at GRDC. Sunday night racing is back. Oh, I can hear myself. What's going on here? Oh, I can hear myself. Bear with me. That's better. I didn't realise I had the stream open in the background as well. So yes, Luke Addison Racing Sunday Series 3 starts tonight. We've got a few changes from last season. First of all, it is now 10 rounds with a midweek break, a mid-season break in the middle after 5 rounds. We've got a new stewarding system. Rather than penalty points, it is time added, and that will be done on SimGrid. We have also got trophies going to the homes, real trophies sent to the home addresses of our class winners and our class runners-up and third place. There is also coaching prizes up for grabs with our series sponsor Luke Addison himself, and they will be going out to people outside of the overall top 3 in each class. And they will be decided by myself and the club trustees. We've also got, we've introduced a driver of the championship. Now, this is going to be voted at the end of the season by the other drivers that took part. So, I think, is there any other better accolade than being voted for driver of the championship by your fellow racing competitors? And it won't just be votes for the quickest person, it could be the most improved, anyone that the drivers feel that have really had a cracking season in all sorts of different areas possibly. We've got 3 classes this season instead of 2, so we've now got Pro-Am and Am, so there will be plenty to fight for all through the field. There's 37 sign-ups for the season currently. We've got another one who will be joining us next week. 6 sign-outs, so we should be having 31 on track. We've got 30. That is not a bad turnout. Good evening. Good evening. The new position accepted at work, so won't be able to take part in this. Oh, mate, gutted for you. But got to earn that bread and butter, of course. Good evening, John Saunders, mate. How are you? So we've got a few minutes left in free practice. Plenty of new names. So I apologise if I absolutely destroy your family name, but I shall try my best to get them all right. So let's just update you what else we've got going on at GRDC this coming week. This is the start of the new season on currently everything except for our feature LMU Championship, which is still to come. We've had a couple of warm-up rounds in each of the championships so far. So we had a couple of championship warm-ups in this. We've had a couple of warm-ups in our championship that starts tomorrow on LMU, our LMGT3 championship, following a similar format to this. So it's 10 rounds with a mid-season break. Wednesday nights will be our feature LMU championship. That is still being worked on and will be coming. The announcement for that will be coming very, very soon. Fridays, we was running a LMU, going to run an LMU Hypercar Cup, but just the sign-ups on the single class has not been as good as the LMGT3s, where we got a full grid. So I put a poll up in the Discord, and that ends tonight, but that is looking like we're going to make that into a multi-class, but a different format to what we run on a Wednesday. Chris, mate, PC's taken a massive dump. Can't even boost you. Oh, no. That's a nightmare. Are you able? Did you manage to sign out of the round, though? If you're able to do it on your phone so you don't get penalised. But, oh, mate. That's awful. Hopefully, you'll be able to get it sorted, mate. New for Series 3 tonight as well. We are running a different format. So the race is still 60 minutes long. There is a mandatory pit stop for tyres. But refueling has been switched off. Our series sponsor, Luke, picks this format himself. This is what they run in, I believe, in the AOR Championship. So completely different from last season. So the guys will have to go out on a full tank and make it last. So as we just head into the end of free practice, we will begin quali. Oh, good. Ash is in. I know Ash was having issues with his internet and was glitching all over the shop. I don't have. I'll be right back. What I've normally put up here while we switch to switch over to quali mode. Fingers crossed Ash's internet holds up and his ping is not horrific. Obviously affecting some of the other drivers. But we've got a few names still from last season. Richie Gasson returns. Jacob Borowick is back. Steve Morgan's back. That's going to be an interesting battle. We've got Danny Moffat racing with this series as well. Can't race tonight, but that'll be an interesting battle between Richie Gasson, Steve Morgan, Paul Sims, and Danny Moffat. We do have a few guys who on paper look very, very quick. One in the name of Mr. Abe Santima. Who some of you might know if you've seen some of the various esports races from the different communities within ACC. Abe looking very quick in free practice. And he's first. Is he first out? Oh. We've got a bit of a mishap going on back there coming out of the pits. But Abe is the first one out of the pits who will be setting the bar for quali. Now this is always the most difficult bit of the stream for me, doing quali. And I seem to miss important times coming in, so bear with me. Obviously people will be on out laps, fast laps, and it all does get a little bit manic, but I will try my very best to bring you all of the information. I hope you guys are doing well tonight. Don't forget to hit that like button for us And if you're not subscribed, why not subscribe? Help GRDC as a community out. Share the love a little bit. Of course, if you're watching over on Twitch, don't forget to hit that follow button. It is most appreciated. So we'll stay with Abe as he comes around the bus stop and heads down to the start-finish line to start his first flying lap. We'll get a bird's eye view. Through Eau Rouge, up through Radalon, onto the Kemble Straight. Nicely done as he negotiates the top bendy complex into No Name. Through Puom. Looking very controlled. Using all of the track as he heads down to Blanchimont for the first time. Down to the bus stop, hard on the brakes. As he heads across to put the first time on the board, and it is a 2:15.7. The bar has been set by Abe Santima. Good evening, bunny lad. Good luck to Stevie Howes and Derek Bird from John Saunders. We've actually moved Stevie Howes up to pro. Signed up as a pro-am did Sly Steve. Richie Gasson has crossed the line with 2:16.6. Paul Sims has crossed the line with 2:17.5. Stevie Howes puts in his first effort of a 2:18.1. Right. Let's see if we can catch some of them as we go across the line. It's finding their number on the board. Jules Flint, good to have Jules back for Series 3. And now we've got the 3 classes. I think Jules will be fiercely competitive in the Pro-Am class. She sets a time of 2:17. Rob Homer's put the time in of 2:19.2. Who else we've got coming across the line? Cookie has just crossed the line with 2:19.6. His first season in the Mustang, and back to ACC racing at GRDC. Right. Mr. Scapper, apologies if I have pronounced your name wrong, is in AM on a 2:19.6. Paul Garner's put a time of 2:20.1. He's sporting the Nissan this season. David Sharp has put in a time of 2:22.7. He crosses the line, gone quick of a 2:15.5. Richie Gasson not far behind him. He's not up on this lap though. Paul Sims is in a McLaren. I thought my eye deceived me then. I was expecting him to be in a Ferrari, but he's currently sitting third on a 2:17.5. Right, let's see if we can catch some more people coming down to the line. Frankie is racing with us at GRDC in different platforms as well. Crosses the line with a 2:19.2. David Sharp crosses the line for 2:22.2. Damien Douglas just crossed the line with a 2:22.2 as well. Oh, David Sharp, sorry, 2:21.6. Derek Berg crossed the line with a 2:17.7. Mr. Strebel, who joined us today, yesterday, sorry, a 2:20.1. Right, they're getting a little bit more spread out now, make it a little bit easier. We can start to see who's actually on what lap. David Blythe crossed the line for 2:22.4. Good to have David back this season. I know we couldn't do a lot of last season because of a small wee op on his eyes. Yasoshenko is always just starting his hot lap. Paul Sims is not up at the moment. Richie Gasson. Abe Sentima has gone quick with a 2:15.1. Heading back out to see if he can better that. Richie Gasson crosses the line with 2:16.2. He's getting quicker, but it's still 9/10 off of current pole sitter Abe Santima. Steve Morgan puts himself into third on the grid, the 2:16.5. I can see there's Mr. Garland, got 96, just crossed the line a second ago with 2:19 flat. Fantastic. Mr. Shaper's first race, absolutely huge ups to him. Where is Mr. I can't see him now. There he is. He's currently, his first race, he's currently our pole am sitter as he heads down to the bus stop. And he is going to better his current lap. Puts in a lap of 2:18.4. Our current pole sitter on AM. This is his huge race. Huge ups to him indeed. Mr. Strebel is setting his first lap in quali and puts himself into AM pole with a 2:18.475. Very, very close between him and Mr. Shaper. Let's see if we can catch David Blythe, who is 6/10 up, 5/10 up as he crosses the line with a 2:22 flat. If I can find them quick enough, I'll come to them as they cross the line. But Yaroshenko has put himself into 9th on the grid with a 2:17.6. Number 969. Can't see it there. Stevie Howes is currently just a fraction up, but gaining as he comes out of the bus stop improves to a 2:17.4. Puts himself up to 7th. I missed Stevie Morgan coming around again. 2:16.5 for Steve. He's still 3rd on the grid. We've got just over 3 minutes left in quali. Who is on a valid lap? Number 81. That is... Oh, I'm going to get the pronunciation of this wrong. Sabenko. We're calling Sabenko. Apologies if that's wrong. But he's not improved on the current lap, but is currently 4th with a 2:16.8. Number 121 is Alex Perry. New to us this season. He is currently 4th in Pro-Am. Is 6/10 up. He comes out the bus stop, crosses the line, improves 13th overall, 4th in Pro-Am, 2:18.2. Cookie is over a second up, improves to 16th overall on the grid, 2:18.6. Number 701 has just crossed the line, but I missed it. Apologies. Can't find the number on the timing board. Derek Bird, that was, who crossed the line with 2:17.3. He's currently 6th on the grid. Just under 2 minutes left on the clock. Yaroshenko, currently 10th. 4/10 up as he comes out of the bus stop, crosses the start finish line, improves to 6th overall with a 2:17.3. Number 969, where are you? I can't see you on the time board. There you are, Stevie Howes into the bus stop, just under 2/10 up as he crosses the line, improves to 6th overall with 2:17.3. Who else is on a valid lap? Number 99. That is Ash Canty, Old Man Canty. Him and his son both racing this series. He is 1.7 seconds up on his current lap as he comes round the bus stop. Crosses the line with a 2:24 flat. Arrow, I can see you. I can't find you on the timing board. Where are you, my friend? I've lost him. There he is. He crossed the line for 2:89. Arrow is, of course, one of our club trustees. Number 182, I know that number. That is Cookie. He is nearly half a second up. I just lost a bit of time going through the bus stop, but does improve to a 2:18.5. It's currently 17th overall. Qualifying is over. The time has run out. Who have we got just crossing the board at the moment? Nobody that's on a hot lap. Number 42 is Paul Sims. I know that number 2. He is the next one on a hot lap. Oh, he's currently half a second up. As he heads out of the double right, heading on down to Blanchimont. He is still half a second up on his current time of 2:17.5. As he comes through the bus stop, heading to the start finish line, he is going to improve, and he jumps up to 6th overall with a 2:17.027. 33-year-old. He's Kevin Walker. We've not seen him yet in quali. He's currently 25th overall. 9th in AM as he negotiates the bus stop. Currently about half a second up. Can he maintain that or improve? Just lost a little bit coming out of the bus stop, but he's definitely going to improve 3/10 on his previous time, and he's now a 2:20.1. Didn't improve on the grid. Cookie is the last one out on track with a flyer. 3/10 up as he heads round Blanchimont down to the bus stop. He's going through the bus stop. He's half a second up. Crosses the line. 14th overall and with a 2:18.1. Right, let's get ready for the race. My Be Right Back graphic is not working. Right. We've got 60 minutes of racing coming up. But we've got a bit of a change this season. The format for this season, there was a mandatory pit stop for tyres. But refueling has been switched off. It was chosen by our series sponsor, Addison. That's what they run in one of the esports races. So we are having it this season. So guys got to battle with a full tank first of all, but they do get the opportunity to change those tyres. Good evening, Big Dave. How are you, mate? All well, I hope. And good luck going out to the drivers from Mr. Bunny himself, who can't race tonight, unfortunately, because he's at work. So the car's now on the grid. Drivers making their final preparations for the race. Any last second tweaks? Now, Spa is a big track, but of course with 30 cars heading towards Eau Rouge and Radillon heading up to the Kemmel Straight for the first time, it can get a little bit messy sometimes. Fingers crossed we do not have any major carnage and all the guys get through safely, unscathed, and can enjoy tonight's racing. Good, I'm glad you're well, Dave, mate. Evening, Dan, how are you doing? Yes, a cracking lap set by Mr. Santina. Didn't really expect too much else, I'm afraid, from Abe. We knew he was going to be quick, and he's proving us just right. Now, is it going to be a case that he, with that extra pace that was shown in quali, is he going to be able to just drive off and take the first win of the season? Let me know in the chat who you think is going to take the honours in each of our classes. We've got 3 classes this season, where we had 2 last year. Well, it was last year actually. We've got 3 classes now. We've got Pro-Am, and we've got Am. Spa is one of those tracks, of course, though, just like Monza. It's hard to tell when anyone's true pace, what it's going to be like across the season, because obviously being raced so many times, being so popular in, of course, the public lobbies, as well as endurance races as well. But we've got our pole sitters in Pro, of course, is Addison Santima. Richie Gasson second. Mr. Sumbenko in third. Jacob Borowick, our Pro-Am pole sitter. Jules Flint in second. Raul Pasta, who signed up in Am, let's just point out, who we moved to Pro-Am tonight, is third in class. Of course, we don't have John Buddy Mitchell racing tonight, who would be in Pro-Am as well. We don't have Chrissy Wilson tonight, because his computer's gone bang. New to GRDC is Mr. Strebel and Mr. Shaper, who took pole and second in Am respectively. Mr. Sivapa said, again, if I've just murdered your surname, your family name, apologies, but he took third in Am. Let us know in the chat who you think is going to take the honours in each class. Don't forget to smash that like button and give us a subscribe if you're on YouTube. It doesn't cost anything. And of course, if you're on Twitch, hit that follow button. I will do my very best to bring you all of the action. It can, of course, be very frantic at the beginning of the race. And I will do my very best to capture all of the action, all of the battles. Rooting for Aero. Absolutely. Aero moved up to Pro-Am this season from Am, as Mr. Santima heads the pack down to the bus stop. And the guys start to line up side by side, getting themselves into the starting position for the start of this 60-minute race. Of course, here at Spa, the start line is not where the finish line is, as they head down the finish straight across the finish line. But the start line is around the corner, which can make it a bit awkward if you are a little bit further back on the grid and you're trying to get around the corner when the lights go green. A big up to driver Art Strebel, easily top 3. Right, let's just try to capture all of the action as they go up to the start line. Waiting. We are green. We are racing here at Spa. 60 minutes of GRDC Luke Addison Sunday Series 3 is underway. Round 1. As the guys look like they have done a very good job of coming through Eau Rouge and Radalon. Mr. Strebel, though, is in the pits for some reason. As the guys head up the Kebble Straight, there is a lot of side-by-side action. Everyone keeping it clean and tidy. This is good to see. The start of Spa races are notoriously messy sometimes, with such a tricky set of corners that you head into for the first time. But Abe Santini is out in front. We've got Richie Gasson second. Thumbenko is third. Morgan is fourth. As we just watching a couple of cars just rub doors, which causes a little bit. I think that was Frank that got caught up in that, trying to avoid the two cars rubbing doors in an awkward braking zone as it is. And unfortunately lost the back end. It's a thin line between times of Strebel and Shaper. I'm hoping for it, Shaper in AM class. Big up for Strebel for qualifying first. Absolutely. That was a clean start. It certainly was, Dan. Right. We will be able to start zooming in on the action and the battles. Abe Santima out in front has got a bit of a gap over Richie Gasson, who has Sunbenko right on the rear bumper of the Nissan as he head up through Eau Rouge into Radalon onto the Kemmel Straight. Is the Aston going to be able to sling shot past the Nissan? He's in the draft, he's pulled out, they are side by side. Side by side round the right hander, side by side round the left hander, side by side round the right hander. The Aston Martin just gets in front, just able to get on the power that little bit earlier as he head round the hairpin. But Richie Gasson is now under pressure from Jacob Borowick. Manages to sort it out and just back into formation, trying to use the slipstream. Right, let's see if we can catch some of the action. Who is looking to make a move in these early stages of this race? We are with Yaroshenko, who's trying to put some pressure on Pro-Am driver Jules Flint. As the field starts to sort itself out, spread out just a little bit, and the battles of pace begin. Yaroshenko is right in the slipstream of the McLaren. Looks to the outside as Jules defends the inside. Nicely done from both. It's going side by side almost as they go round the first corner across the start line up into Eau Rouge, into Radalon. Let's just quickly jump back as Paul Garnham is getting a move done on Steve Appersaid. But he's fighting back. Paul moves to the racing line, is able to distinguish any attempt from the BMW. There are a couple of people in the pits. We've got David Sharp, Mikey Ball, and Strebel's in the pits. Strebel, is it still in the pits? I hope he hasn't had too much of an issue. Right, trying to catch all the action. We see Alex Perry. Get past Damon Douglas and get the move done. Jump on board Derek Bird. It's 12th at the moment, 10th in class. Looking to put some pressure on Lorenzetti. And right behind him we have got club trustee Richie Cook. But just see, let's just jump back 15 seconds because Kev Walker made a move and got past fellow AM competitor Damon Douglas. Nicely done. Let's jump back to this Bird v Cook battle. Two pros. Just quickly going to flick to Jordan Canty as he's looking down the inside of Siva. I'm so sorry if I got that wrong, but gets the move done. Excellent move from young Jordan. Frank has just got a move done on Alex Perry. Alex Perry seems to be just struggling a little. He's lost, I think he lost a few positions at the beginning there. As we see Derek Bird trying to go round the outside of Lorenzetti at the end of the Kemmel Straight. Doesn't quite get the move done, but he's also got to be aware that Cookie is breathing down his neck and he's going to look to the inside here. Not quite close enough yet. Has the door shut. Alex Perry does get... Let's just quickly jump back 15 seconds because after losing the position to Frank, he manages to get the move done again on the inside as Frank just gets a bit of a wiggle on. Trying to capture all of the action as we've got Rob Homer side by side with Shaper. It's not a battle for points, but is a Rob, because they are in different classes, but Shaper has got the move done and is now chasing down Aero Visuri a little while in front of him. You're absolutely right, Dave. Abe Santima is pulling a nice lead. Over second place, Subenko. Richie Gasson is in third. Jacob Borowick, fourth overall, is currently leading our Pro-Am. Jules Flint is second in Pro-Am. Currently 7th overall. Let's just jump back to this battle. Hold on a second. We've got I think Frank and Alex were side by side again there for a while. We've got Derek Bird trying to look for a move at the end of the Kemmel Straight on Lorenzetti. But all the time these two are battling, it does give the opportunity for those behind to try and catch up a little. Because coming into this mix at the back, there is Raul Pasta, currently 3rd in Pro-Am. Just going to mention again that he signed up as Am, but improving every time I see him on track, and I'm glad we got the class right. moving him up to Pro-Am today because he's doing an absolutely sterling job. Just going to stay with these guys at the moment because these are the closest cars on track. We got Lorenzetti in his Ferrari, currently 11th overall, 9th in class. What's happened here? Okay. It will be interesting to see when Danny comes into the mix as well. Absolutely. It's a shame that David didn't, Mr. Lindblom, didn't. He bottled it. Let's face it. He bottled it. We've got a three-way battle forming. Oh, forming here. But it's just jumped to Richie Gasson, which is strange. What's happened there? Let's just make sure. Let's just watch this battle for a second. I'm just going to check. Make sure it wasn't a glitch on the server and that the contact sheet is still running. That's running perfectly. That's great. I can get this back up now. Richie Cook has made a move past Derek Bird. Let's just jump back 15 seconds, see what happened there. Using the power of the Mustang, going round the outside of Derek Bird. It just gets a wiggle on. And Cookie moves up to 12th overall, 10th in class. Derek is right behind him though. And this will be the stronger part of the track for the Porsche. Something weird happening when I go to Yoroshenko. It seems to change to Richie Gasson. Derek putting the pressure onto the rear diffuser of Richard Cook. Is he going to be able to be close enough to set up a move potentially at the end of the lap as they head down to the bus stops? Not close enough yet. Kev Wallace just jumped back because Kev has made it. Oh, I just missed it. Sorry. Showed that Kev had made a move, but he's already in front of Alex. That's very odd. Right. Let's touch in with... Now everyone's spread out a little bit. Let's touch it. Let's just keep an eye on this. Let's touch in with everybody though and see where they are. Just see if Derek makes a move down the inside of the Kemmel Straight. He's looking for it, but he's not close enough yet. Right. Let's touch base with everybody. Abe Santima, 7.8 seconds out on the lead. Doing a sterling job. He's currently got the fastest lap of a 2:16.6. Sumbenko currently second. Richie Gasson in third. That is your top three in Pro. Our Pro-Am leader is Jacob Borowick. Ray Allpaster's got a drive through. That can only be for track limits. He said he wanted to work on his consistency because he's got the pace. He just needs that race consistency. As we jump back to P18 overall, but this is a battle for This is Pro-Am versus Am. Jordan is going to want to see if he can get past Pro-Am driver Paul Garnham, because in front of Paul we have the Shaper, who is Am driver. So Jordan currently second in Am. Sivat Prasad is in the BMW behind, is our third place Am driver at the moment. Let's just jump back 15 seconds because I think we've just seen it showed that aero. Oh, we got a. Did he just? Oh, I see. He's gone into the pits. That's why it sent my timing tower haywire. Let's jump back with Jordan because this two-way battle is going to quickly turn into a three-way battle. Rail is in the pits doing his drive-through. David Blythe is also in. Derek Bird still not quite close enough at the end of the Kemmel Straight, but staying very, very close to the back of that Mustang. Oh, the BMW just went in perhaps a little bit. Oh, he's got it all wrong. He's off into the wall. That would be relief for Jordan, but what an absolute nightmare for Sivat Prasad in the BMW. He was running third in Am. He was potentially going to score big, big points. We've got two very close battles. Absolutely. Absolutely. Aero is currently 14th overall, third in Pro-Am class. Looking good at the moment for a podium as we are coming towards the end of the first 20 minutes of the race. As we've got Jordan. Is he going to look to get a move done? Yaroshenko and Jules Flint side by side as it went into turn one. Jules manages to stay in front. But every time I go to Yaroshenko, it glitches and puts me on to Richie Gasson, which is really strange. But Derek Bird is now right on the rear diffuser of Richie Cook's Mustang. Is he going to be close enough to slingshot past him? Using the draft, he's already out wide, making the move. Side by side as they head to the end of the Kemmel Straight. Cook has the inside. Bird just pulls off a little bit, tucks back in beside him. The safer of the option, and will live to have another attempt. Not worth risking a potential collision and putting them both out of the race. Good awareness from both drivers. Just quickly jump back to 19th overall. Alex Perry trying to get back the position he lost from Am driver Kev Walker. Alex Perry's definitely in the good points though. 19th overall, but 5th in Pro-Am at the moment. Richie Cook's got a drive-through. That again can only be for track limits. That is going to be frustrating for Cookie. One of our club trustees. Great guy to have around. I don't know, that's going to annoy him. He's going to be frustrated. But he will like the close racing that Derek has been piling onto him. As they head down to the bus stop, we've got 39 minutes left on the clock. Cookie heads into probably one of the longest pit lanes on the planet. So we jump on board with Mr. Shaper. He is apparently, and I do put apparently in finger quotation marks, apparently this is his first race ever. Well, he's doing a bloody good job. He is leading our AM class. He is currently 14th overall. Again, you can't read too much into a whole season when you do the opening round at Spa. Of course, this is one of the most driven tracks in the public lobbies, in endurance races, but Shaper is caught right up to the rear diffuser of GRDC Club Trustee Aerovis Yuri. Our super smooth fin, as we see Shaper just getting it all sorts of bent out of shape, but gathered it nicely, as we see Alex Perry does finally take that position back from Kev Walker. It's not a battle for points, but it is a battle on the track nonetheless. And if he can start to get away from Kevin, perhaps he can start making some inroads towards Paul Garnham. Yeah, Cookie will be very gutted about getting a drive-through regardless, but that was a top-notch battle for the first 20 minutes of the race. But Kev Walker is fighting back. He wants that position back from Alex Perry, and was almost close enough to get a move done. Again, he reels in the McLaren through this bendier part of the Spa circuit. Right, let's touch him with the rest. So we've seen Mr. Shaper, who is our current AM leader. Jordan Canty, the younger of the two Cantys, racing on track tonight. 16th overall, second in AM. This, if he can keep this up, he will be scoring some fantastic points. He really will. Alex Perry's dived into the pits. I'm not falling for that one again. Timing board. So Jordan is second in AM. Kev Walker, who we've seen battling with Alex Perry, is our current third placed AM. Just a little bit further back is Damon Douglas. Damon literally started his online racing journey at GRDC at the end of last season. He is loving his racing and he's doing really, really well, and he's currently fourth in AM. So in place to score some really, really good points. Let's take a look a little bit further back while we have the chance. Mikey Ball, great to have him back this season. Of course, a lot of us will know Mikey Ball from other communities. Such a nice chap, loving his racing. Mr. Strebel, first race with us tonight. Frankie had a bit, obviously we saw him lose the back end, trying to avoid a couple of cars rubbing doors in front of him on the opening couple of laps. It's good to have Frankie here. He races with us on AMS2 and LMU as well. Shaper is driving in race games for a good time. We are playing fours and everything together. Now he has built himself a really sick sim rig to participate in these races like a real one. Fantastic. I love that. And it's great to have him here racing at GRDC, and we will give him all the support and the love that we possibly can. Mr. Pinto is new with us this season. Oh, hold on a sec. Let's just jump here. What happened here? Let's just jump back 15 seconds to see what happened. As we saw, Paul Garn's gone around the outside. Yaroshenko seems to be having an issue, and he's gone really, really deep. Okie dokies. Let's see what happened there. Perhaps he's in the pits. Right, okay. Right you are. So Shaper, we've seen getting plenty of love in the chat. Our current AM leader. And still chasing down Pro-Am driver Aero Visuri. And doing a really good job. Paul Sims is in the pits as well. Let's jump on board with Cormac Quim. Cormac, new to GRDC a couple of weeks back. Is starting to get a little bit of pressure perhaps from Steve Howes. Steve, who some of us obviously will know from racing elsewhere. Top lad is Steve. Did move him up to pro today though. Lorenzetti, currently 9th overall, 7th in class. New to GRDC for this season. Derek Bird, we've seen battling heroically with Cookie. He's now seen if he can put an indent in the time between him and Lorenzetti. Derek sits 10th overall, but 8th in class. We just see Cookie just gets past. Let's just jump back 15 seconds, get it on camera for him. I don't think Damon would have put up too much of a battle because it's not obviously a battle for points. We've got, when this jumps back, let's jump on board with Stevie Howes as he's side by side with Cormac Quinn as they head to the end of the Kebble Straight. Cormac just keeping in front, but does get a bit of a wiggle on. He runs a little bit wide and Steve gets the place taken. Such a tricky set of corners at the end of the Kemmel Straight. Obviously with such low downforce setups being run. And at the end of such a long, fast straight, when you could really do with a little bit of downforce. Shaper, our our AM leader, still breathing down the neck of Pro-Am driver Aero Visuri. These are the two closest cars on track at the moment. We'll stay with this battle. In fact, what we will do is we will jump right into the cab with Shaper and see this young man at work as he heads out of the double right-hander, heading down to the fast sweeping left-hander. Blanchimon. Down towards the bus stop. Hard on the brakes. Round the right hand, round the left hand. Aero is into the pits as Shaper heads down to across the finish line, down to turn 1. We'll stay on board as he tackles Eau Rouge and Radalon. Nicely done. So easy just to get that slightly wrong and grab yourself a track cut as we jump back to what is now going to turn into a two-way battle, because the front leading car there is Mike Ball. But this is not for position. Oh, so we've got Raul is into the pits. Let's jump back, or jump forward, sorry, to the battle for 7th place as Cormac Quinn is trying to reel Stevie Howes back in and see if he can do something about that position that he took off him. Got 28 minutes left on the clock. Now, when and how will pit stops come into play? Everybody has to change their tyres. It is a mandatory pit stop, but refueling is turned off. So they've got to take all their race fuel with them. But when are they going to come out on those fresher tyres? Nailing your pit stop though, making sure you're braking down to pit limiter speed right at the pit line entry, making sure you go up on the jacks straight away is hugely important. And we've got race leader Abe Santima, Richie Gasson, Steve Morgan, Stevie Howes, Cormac Quinn and Lorenzetti and Shaper are all in the pits. We're going to stay just, if there's no side-by-side action on the actual track, we will stay with this because this will be quite interesting. Reason I say that, of course, is because Stevie Howes and Cormac Quinn were less than half a second apart. So nailing your pit stop here is going to be absolutely crucial. Hola, Gaza. Oi, oi, Savaloy, Mr. Wallace. We'll jump back to that in a sec. We'll keep an eye on that, see if Cormac can gain anything on the pits. But Stevie Howes is very, very experienced. The Cookie still needs to pit Richie Gasson. Just coming out the pits there. Don't forget to smash that like button for us and help GRDC as a community out by hitting subscribe if you're on YouTube or follow if you are on Twitch. Help the community grow. And of course, if you want to get involved with the racing here at GRDC, you'll need to join the Discord, where the link is in the description, of course. But Stevie Howes has gained a little bit of time over Cormac Quinn, and Cormac has to deal with a back marker overtaking him, but he's got the place back. Right, now the serious part of the race starts to unfold. We've got 4 people left to pit, sorry. Jordan Canty, Richard Cook, Ash Canty. So let's see where the battles are. Who is going to hold their nerve to the end of the race and bring home the points? Because there are actual prizes up for grabs. There is trophies being sent to the overall class winners and runners up in 2nd and 3rd. There is also going to be a vote by the drivers at the end of the season for their driver of the season, who will also be receiving a trophy sent to his house, or her house, their house. Jules Flint now in the pits as well. Coaching prizes also up for grabs. Those that finish outside of the final podium positions in each class will be eligible for coaching sessions with Luke, and myself and my GRDC club trustees will decide who is worthy. There are some conditions. You must have completed at least 8 of the 10 rounds to be eligible. As we see Derek Bird in the slipstream of Lorenzetti's Ferrari as they go up the Kemmel Straight. Not quite close enough under braking, but he's putting lots of pressure. Pro v Pro here. Let's just jump to this battle as Richie Gasson gets past Cookie. Cookie will have made that easy for him, of course, because Cookie still needs to pit and is a bit down on time, of course, because of the drive-through that he got when battling this man, Derek Bird, new to GRDC, new to the Luke Addison Racing Sunday Series, and is doing a very, very good job indeed. The racing has been fast, it has been clean, it's been exceptional. Let's just jump back. We've not seen much of the guys right at the back because there's not been that many battles going on. But we do have new to GRDC, Mr. Pinto closing down David Sharp. David, of course, has been with us since we launched the Luke Addison Racing Sunday Series. Mr. Pinto looking very, very close now. He's right in the slipstream of David Sharp as they come around Blanchimont and head down to the bus stop. They're almost side by side. David tries to squeeze in. Pinto goes round the outside. A very good job. Gets a kick up the backside for good measure, but the work is done. We've got Yaroshenko trying to go around the outside of Damon Douglas. This is not a battle for points, but it is, of course, a battle on track nonetheless. As Mr. Yoshenko just catches Damon and gives him a bit of a nudge into the gravel. The stewards will certainly look at that. Talking of stewarding, if you are new to GRDC, how we do it on the Luke Addison Sunday Racing Series, we have all contact incidents are picked up on the software. These will be reviewed by our stewarding team. That stewarding session is recorded and posted here on GRDC on YouTube. It's David Blythe just going past the Damon Douglas's BMW as he tries to recover from his slap on the backside. The Ash Canty just doing a very, very good job being aware there was a faster driver in a different class behind him and making it easy for him to get past. Yes, so that session is recorded and posted on GRDC TV. So if any decisions have been made, all drivers can see how that decision was come to, whether they agree with it or not. It does give them a good insight into how it was done. Stevie Morgan now breathing down the rear diffuser of Jacob Borowick. This is not a battle for points. This is a battle for track position. Jacob in Pro-Am. Stevie Morgan in the Lambo this season. Was in the McLaren last season. Right in the slipstream of Jacob's McLaren. Looking to go around the outside. Is Jacob going to... No, he's not. Although it's not a battle for points, of course, it is a good scalp if you finish ahead of a higher class driver on track. Of course, he doesn't have to move out the way. There's no rule that says he has to give way and give up the track position to the faster class. Ash Canty, old man Canty, now in the pits. 18 minutes left on the clock. Damon Douglas does a fantastic job to let Derek Bird and Lorenzetti through, not getting in the way and holding up the two pros battling for 11th place. So currently the closest cars on track at the moment are Jordan's in the pits as well now. Younger of the two Cantys. So the closest cars on track are this battle between Derek Bird and Lorenzetti, and the battle between Stevie Morgan and Jacob Borowick. So head into Eau Rouge and into Radalon for the 18th time. We will just stay with this battle to see if the screaming Lamborghini can get the move done. Not this time. But we just jump back to this battle between Lorenzetti and Bird. The Porsche literally on the rear diffuser of the Ferrari as they head up the Kemmel Straight. Surely this time he's close enough to be able to get the move done, but he's not quite alongside as they go into the braking zone, so just pulls out of it again. Sensible driving from Derek Bird and not risking it for a biscuit as we jump on board with old man Canty and Yaroshenko, and they bump doors, and as we see so many times in ACC, the physics just kicks you, spits you out into probably what was a lot if it happened in real life or on any other sim, as we've seen week in, week out. Those sort of incidents when you just rub doors like that don't end up into a spin and a load of damage. Of course, the stewards will have a look to see and make sure no one was at fault or to blame. Just jump back sex to 16th overall as Alex Perry, new to GRDC for this season, is trying to see if he can force a move on Jordan Canty. Jordan having a sterling race tonight. Absolutely sterling. Currently second in AM and looking for his, what I believe will be his first podium, and scoring some big points on the board getting this season off to an absolute blinder. Now there's no... Oh, he just runs a little bit wide. Just bounced over the curb awkwardly. I'd imagine he'll just let Alex go here because this is not a battle for points. Just gather himself up again and continue where he is as we jump on board again with Derek Bird still trying to get past Lorenzetti. Again, not close enough going up the Kemmel Straight. Shaper, shaping up a move. Looking to the inside of Aero Visuri at the end of the Kemmel Straight. Move done. Nice job, sir. Right, let's touch in. We've got 13 minutes left on the clock. As we jump on board with our current race leader and dominant lead, let's say as it is. He's got a 17-second lead over Subenko in second place. Faultless so far from Abe. Let's have it right. He's got a best time on the board. Fastest lap is a 2:15.6. Take a bow, sir. Very, very good. Let's just hope he's not quite as fast at all the other tracks. That makes it a little bit of a competition. Sumbenko. First race. No, I think he has raced with us before. Dimitri. Currently second. Having a great, solid opening round. Richie Gasson. We know Rich very well, of course. Currently occupying the third place on the podium in Pro. Let's just jump back again as Derek trying to get on enough terms with the Ferrari in front to try and get the move done. But again, Lorenzetti doing a great job of just keeping it far enough in front of the Porsche. Let's have a look at our Pro-Am leader. Jacob Borowick doing an absolute sterling job. 4th overall, 1st in Pro-Am. As he heads down around Blanchimont, down to the bus stop, making sure we're not going to miss a move from Derek. As Jacob comes round and out of the bus stop, heading across the start-finish line for the 21st time, is looking good to score some big points. Now we've got 10 minutes left. Oh, as he just runs a little bit deep on the exit of turn 1. But of course, will track limits and a drive-through penalty come into play? Many a race has been ruined to a drive-through here at Spa, and there could be some last-minute dramas, of course. Stevie Morgan. Not seen too much of Steve tonight because he's had such a clean, fast race. 5th overall, 4th in class. Behind him is Paul Sims. Paul Sims sporting the McLaren this year. I am shocked to see him out of the Ferrari, but he said he wanted a change. Smooth, clean race, as expected from Paul. 6th overall, 5th in class, so going to score some good points. Now, Jules Flint. Jules was in the Beamer last season, in the McLaren this season, doing a sterling job. We know, of course, how strong the McLaren here at Spa is. 2nd in class, looking good for a cracking start to Series 3 from Jules. And I am sure she will be pleased to see that there was a 3rd class added, because she was in Pro last season. And although improving all the time is young Jules, the pointy end of the Pro class was just a little bit out of her range, but she's going to score big in this first round. So all the field nicely spread out at the moment, as we see Stevie Howes just move past old man Canty, and he's got Cormac Quinn just behind him. They will let him through under blue flags without too much trouble as well. We've seen these guys quite a bit this race. Lorenzetti and Derek Bird occupy 10th and 11th overall, 8th and 9th in Pro. Young Mr. Shaper. Young Mr. Shaper is leading our AM class. And almost gets it wrong as he goes past the back marker there. Aero is currently 3rd in Pro-Am and looking good for a podium and some big points. Always nice to get points on the board, big points on the board in your opening round. As the guys just negotiate some blue flags. Mr. Garnham chose to drive the Nissan. Some might call the OP car at the moment, out of the Porsche from last season, but he's scoring big. Already. Was just checking what was going on there. Sorry, because Alex seemed to be just coming out of the pit lane. Right. Jordan Canty. 2nd in AM class. Doing a bloody good job. Let's just jump back because Cookie is making his way back through some of the field. Of course, after his drive through so early on. Where was we? With Jordan. Jordan doing a great job. Looking good for that 2nd run on the podium. Getting his name to lights and scoring some big juicy points. 5 minutes left on the clock. Just keeping an eye on this one as Aero, who was just with, is just reeling in AM leader, young Mr. Shaper. Not quite as close as they came out of the bus stop. Mr. Yaroshenko is sending my timing tower mental. Whoa, what happened there? I think I will check in with the guys to see if he's glitching on the track, because he's causing mayhem on my timing tower. As Aero looks to set up a move, he's going down the inside. Oh my goodness, there was a... Oh, my heart stopped there for a moment. Aero was just... Let's have a look at that again. Aero was just about to slingshot down the inside of young Mr. Shaper, but there was a back marker moving out the way. I think that would have been a brown code moment for Aero, as Cookie is making light work of Alex Perry, making his back way through the grid. I don't think Alex would have put up too much of a fight, because again, it's not a battle for points. Absolutely big ups to Aero. 3 minutes left on the clock. First time in Pro-Am, and could be first time putting himself on the podium. Yeah, big up. Absolutely right, John. Big up to Derek Bird, who is having a solid race. Man in his 60s. Age is just a number. Let's just jump back to this battle. These guys have been going at it for most of the race. Kev Walker, Alex Perry. Kev gets the move done as well. Mr. Shaper seems to have a nice following both on YouTube and Twitch. Go, 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 Mr. Shaper is the cheer from the chat. We got 2 minutes left on the clock. As we jump to Aero, who is still giving young Mr. Shaper with all his support a bit of a hard time, but Shaper doing a very good job. Right, we need to check in with our race leader. He's just literally crossed the start or the finish line to start the 25th and final lap of the race, and he's got a 17-second lead over P2 in Pro, P2 on track, Dmitry Sumbenko. He's got the fastest lap to his name as well. In purple, it says a 2:15.665. We will keep an eye, just making sure we don't miss any battles on the last lap. But I think we do. We've not, although he's been right out in front, although he is setting the fastest lap, we've not seen much of him. It's been that much of a great performance from Abe Santima, and starting Series 3 of our Luke Addison Racing Sunday series. He's got off to a blinder, really, an absolute blinder. We'll jump right into the cockpit. Right there with Abe in the cab as he heads down toward Blanchimont for the last time in this 60-minute race. This round 1 of Series 3 is coming to a close. Down to the bus stop for the last time. And he crosses the line and takes the win. Abe Santima, your pro winner. We jump back to Sumbenko, who is coming out of the bus stop and takes P2. Kev Walker crossed the line in front of him, who takes P3 in AM. Richie Gasson crosses the line. Third. Jacob Borowek, sterling effort. Comes round and takes the Pro-Am top slot. Stevie Morgan finishes the line in 5th. We are with Jules Flint, who is going to take 2nd in Pro-Am. Paul Sims crossed the line 6th, 5th in class. Cormac Quinn, Stevie Howes, Lauren Zento, Derek Bird. These guys, we've seen a lot of them tonight. What a battle, what a performance. 8th, 9th, 10th and 11th. Let's just jump to our AM leader, who's heading down to the bus stop for the last time. His first race here at GRDC. And he's going to take all the points in AM. Take a bow, Mr. Shaper. Superb effort, sir. Aero, right behind him, gets himself 3rd place in Pro-Am, scoring big on the podium. Well done. Paul Garnham crosses the line 4th in Pro-Am. Jordan Canty, younger of the two Cantys, he's got himself on the podium for the first time here at GRDC. He's been here since we launched Luke Addison's Sunday Racing Series. He has just earned himself some huge points. Great effort. Whoa, what a race, guys. Superb. What an opener. What an absolute opener. And we might even get some donuts from young Jordan. Superb racing. That's how we do it here at GRDC. We do this every Sunday night. Please hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. If you want to do some racing, join us in the Discord. The link is in the description. I'm off to congratulate the guys, get the podium graphics done, and we shall see you. Well, actually, if you guys want to see some more racing, I will be back streaming my own racing in 15 minutes with the late night pit stop and our Talk Club mental health check-in, and I will be doing some LMU daily races. Thank you for watching. Thank you for the love. We will see you soon.